So the megalodon sharks became extinct about 2.6 million years ago. Now, about that time, North America and South America were separated by an area of sea called the Central American Seaway, and the currents flowed from the Pacific into the Atlantic. And when they did that, they took sort of nutrient-rich water from the Pacific into the Atlantic, and that nutrient-rich water then would feed plankton, which would feed smaller fish, which would feed larger fish, which would feed other animals, and then all the way up to the megalodon sharks. And so when this Central American Seaway was there, the water was fairly warm, but it was also very nutrient-rich as well. About 2.6 million years ago, tectonic movements and volcanic activity started to form land between North America and South America. The land rose between the two continents and formed the Panama Isthmus, sort of a very thin or relatively thin area of land joining the two continents. When the Panama Isthmus did form, that stopped the flow of water from the Pacific into the Atlantic, and this had an effect on the temperature of the water. The temperature cooled slightly, colder currents brought colder water into areas of the sea, but as well as that, the stopping the nutrient flow from the Pacific into the Atlantic led to the extinction of small whales, and those small whales were a key part of the diet of the younger megalodon sharks. There are nursery areas for the younger sharks around the Caribbean and other sort of tropical areas. So the prey that the younger sharks ate began to decline. About the same time too, animals like the killer whale and some large relatives of the sperm whale were evolving to eat similar prey to the megalodon shark, so they may have had some effect. When the sea currents changed as well, the larger baleen whales started to move up to the colder parts of the planet, up towards the South Pole and down to the South Pole and up to the North Pole, going to colder regions where there were more nutrients at the time and they could actually get more plankton. So the larger whales moved into colder waters, which affected the larger megalodon sharks. So about 2.6 million years ago, the joining of North America to South America did affect sea currents, which had an effect on the ecology and the food webs in the sea, and ultimately that led to the extinction of the megalodon shark about 2.6 million years ago. And now the largest sharks we have are the great white sharks, which are about half the size of the megalodon sharks from about 2.6 million years ago.